OneOceanTutorial for spawn code 3.
Hello oceanographers, as always I'm OneOceanTutorial and this is a tutorial on how to make a multiplayer character for FiveM. Now this is something that a lot of people tend to have some difficulty making because either their character is invisible after they create it, or they just have trouble figuring out how to design it, or they just can't save it properly. So I'm going to show you all of the above, the correct way, not the bad way, the wrong way, and how to save them so that you can use multiplayer characters in FiveM. So we're going to start right here at the beginning. This is the hipster looking dude that you always come into the server with, any server with. So we're going to be taking him and turning him into a multiplayer character. There's a couple steps to do this, and it involves two different trainers. The Lambda trainer or the Enhanced Reborn trainer, whichever one you prefer to use. That usually comes with FiveM. And then the simple trainer, which is the F4 or F3 trainer, depending on which one you call it. So here's how we begin. First, I can show you that I actually have some saves already. And one of which is if we go to my save configs, and we go to MP female, which is what I use for, what do you call it? Sam Savage and all them. There she is, but here's the problem. She's got the default male's face, and she has green and orange hair. That's not how I set her up, and she's also missing all of her tattoos. So here's how we're going to fix that. So first we're going to go to Players and go to, let's do MP Male. So here's your MP Male character. Now as you can see, he's very generic. This is the default that you come into, but to other players in the world, you're invisible. So they can't see this default skin. So what we're going to do is we're going to make him visible. So now you've spawned him in with the F1 trainer. We're going to back out of that now. And we're going to go to the F4 trainer. And it's very simple to get him visible to everyone. You go to Model Spawning, and then go to Clothing menu. And from here, all you're going to want to do is go down to multiplayer. Now, some people report actually that you can go to any of these and just put different one set of different clothing on him and it'll become visible, but I haven't found that to work for me. If that doesn't work for you, then all you have to do is go to MP Model Customization. And all you have to do is simply go down to Father and go just one little digit over, and then one digit over on Mother. And now your character is actually visible to other players on the map. Now, that's how you get that going. Now, from here, you can now customize your character the way you want, because you obviously don't want somebody who's just bald and stuff. So let me just move over here so I get a little bit closer on the face. Unfortunately, the F4 menu usually overlaps your face, so it's kind of hard to see exactly what you're doing with this, like, shaded thing over his face. It's unfortunate, but it's the way it is. So I want to do a little bit of customization to him. We'll just do something quick. That way it's, pretty obvious what I have to do. Now I'm going to give him a little goatee, and I'll give him some eyebrows. Some hair definitely is a good idea, so let's give him something just kind of simple. Let's go with that. Okay. So as you can see, his facial hair is green, and we don't want that. So where we go, we're gonna go back up to let's go up to beard first. Now, if you hit X on your controller, I don't know what it is for the keyboard. I apologize. If you hit X in the controller, there you go. Now we have, I think it's either brown or black. I can't actually tell. Okay, it's black, so it kind of matches his face now. We have to do the same with his eyebrows. So if we go down to air eyebrows, bam. Okay, now he has brown eyebrows. So now he has actually like a legit looking face. Now you can change his face by doing head shape, which will give him, if he stops looking around, will give you different, stop looking around, dude. We'll give you different looks at the way his face looks, so that way you can make him the way he wants, make him the way you want him to look. And there are some fine ways of tweaking it, which is in face features, which is down here. I don't really know how to use it. I don't mess with that, but you guys can figure it out if you want. This is just to give you the basis of how to start. And then you have anything from like makeup, which you can do like that, anything silly like that. But oops, I think I just gave him eyeliner accidentally. There we go. And blush, lipsticks, spots, chest hair, different things like that. And then you can go into, let's see here. Okay, so that's just to do that. Now, let's go ahead and, like, you can give him tattoos and things like that. And now here's where you can actually do the clothing. So let's go ahead and give him, and also beard and hair, you can actually, actually that's for masks and stuff. So now, let's give him some clothing. Now, here's the deal with clothing. Upper is not for the shirt. It's actually for the hands and arms to make sure that it doesn't clip through clothing. Some people seem to have an issue with that, so we're gonna go walk through that. If we go through shirt overlay, this is what changes the top shirt. And you can see there's some issues with it kind of clipping with the shirt underneath it. We'll get to that. Actually, here's a perfect example. Now see how he looks like he has like a bunch of moths have just completely ruined his clothing in the closet before he put it on today. He just decided to put it on anyway. Well, we don't want that. We actually want his arms to not clip through the clothing. We want it to look perfectly seamless. So we're going to go up to upper, and we're going to go over. I think we actually just found it. Now see what I did there? It actually just made it so that it looks correct. And you can see, like, if you go back like that. Okay, so you have to go through that a couple times. If you actually continue going, you will find glove versions. So look at this. Now he's got some, gloves on, like he would be going weightlifting or punching people in the face, whatever. And now that's that. Now lower is going to be, obviously, what you would expect it to be would be his clothing. So you can go through this until you find what you want. Let's go ahead and give him some suit pants. How about that? There we go. Now we want to change his shirt. I'll actually walk through what everything does here. Hair obviously changes the hair again, and then you can actually here change the shades of the color of his hair. In the other menu where his hair was, that was actually, you could change the color more dramatically, everything from black to blonde to red to green to yellow, whatever you want to do. And then this menu here will be controlling the shade of it. And like I said, beard is actually for masks, which you can find all kinds of wonderful masks in there if you're going to commit like a heist or something. Head, what does head do again? I don't actually remember what head does. It's not doing much for me right now. You like I said, you guys can experiment with all this. Hands is actually for backpacks and different parachutes and whatnot. I don't find it very useful unless you want to go for like a backpack look. Shoes is another obvious one. It's basically to give you different shoes. We'll go ahead with something that matches this. How about that? We got some nice loafers there. Teeth. Let's see. Teeth does. Oh yeah, here we go. Different ties and stuff. So let's hold on that for a second. Accessories 1 is what changes the actual undershirt, like the main shirt. So here's where we can find some nice clothing. Let's go ahead and find him a shirt that will match. Here we go. Look at that. Perfect. Found a shirt that matches. Oh, now to change the color of clothing, if you hit X again, just like you could with the hair, if you hit X, you could actually change the color of any clothing that you have, so long as there are options for that. So there we go. Got some nice different colors. We'll go with the standard there. Accessory 2 is a fun one. This is all of the bulletproof vests, and you'd want to find one that obviously would fit with the clothing that you're using. And these are ones that basically, if I go back to one that would actually fit here, if you hit X again, you'll have different colors you can go with. You will not find police or sheriff, unfortunately, which kind of sucks, but you can see we have different ones here. There you go. You got some nice ones like that, and then you have the ones that actually have better color combinations here, as you can see. Let's go ahead and give him just a typical black vest here. And, yeah, that way he looks like he's like an armored guy. I don't know why, but we'll go with that right there. And we'll give him, I don't know, let's give him something ridiculous like this. There we go. All right, next we have badges. Badges essentially is actually, it's kind of weird. It actually gives you, there we go, things on your back like that. We're just going to make some ridiculous character right now just for the hell of it. That would go on the outer outfit. Sometimes they don't work. Like, as you can see, it kind of blends. It's actually not even touching the jacket, so we're going to turn that off because that looks ridiculous. We don't want that. And 1 is usually the value, which is technically 0. Shirt overlay, we covered that. That's the jacket. Then we have hats. Obviously, that's pretty self-explanatory. Sometimes the controller directional pad does not work, which means you have to use on your numpad 4 and 6 to find. There we go. Perfect. Glasses is pretty self-explanatory. That also sometimes does not work properly, so you'll have to go something like this. I know exactly which ridiculous pair of glasses I want to get on him, so I'm using 4 and 6 again. There we go. Next we have miscellaneous. Miscellaneous does things like jewelry and headsets, earrings, necklaces, things like that. We don't have to worry about that though. Watches, again, we'll give you watches. It might not work though if you have a jacket on like that, but there's also some jewelry in there as well. Helmets will be bike helmets, of course. And then we have the tattoo overlay like before. Now, it's very important that we save this character properly. This step is very important to make sure that you don't lose this character. So here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to go into the F1 trainer. Once you're in the F1 trainer, go to Player, Player Skin, Save Configs, and Create New Save Skin. So I'm going to put in here, Tutorial Skin. Now you're going to hit Enter to save it, and now when you go to the side here, you will see tutorial skin. But we don't click on that yet. You just saved it, that's fine. Do not touch anything else. Go back to your F4 trainer, go to model spawning, clothing menu, and clothing save load menu. Now I already have some options in here, so I'm going to find one that I don't have anything saved on, which I think would be, let's see here. Okay, it's going to be number 6 slot. Okay, so number 6 slot is where we're going to put this gentleman. So here's what we're going to do. Go over here to the save slot section. Go to save slot 6, which is the one that's open with nothing that I have currently saved in it, and hit 5 on your numpad, or X on your controller, depending on which one you want to use. So there. It's going to do that. It's going to save right at the bottom there. Slot 6 saved. Now, he's saved it. Now, let me show you what happens to load him. Now, he's all done. He's saved. You have your character. This is exactly what you'll be using in your multiplayer game from now on. You can always change his clothing later and save his new outfits in different slots. But here's how you're going to load him. We're going to go back to really quickly to a NPC. Let's go with, I don't know, this guy. Totally unrelated character. Now we're going to go back to save config. Now, let's just say you just joined the server, you're coming into a whole new game, and you're going to go to save configs, go to tutorial skin, and apply to player. But oh no, what's happened to him? He has the default male multiplayer face, and he has green hair again. Well, what do you do to fix that? Sorry about that, just had to change the time back to daytime so we wouldn't lose any daylight. So yes, you enter F1 menu, you spawned him in, and now he has green hair and a default face. Well, that's no good. The clothing is correct, but all of his facial features gone. He even lost his eyebrows in a terrible, terrible accident. So now that you've loaded him with the F1 menu, you're going to go back to the F4 menu. Go to model spawning, clothing menu, clothing load and save menu. Now, do not, at any cost, hit the save slots. Because if you do, you will overwrite what you already saved with the correct hair, face, and eyebrows and tattoos and whatnot. You will override it with the current skin you have now, which is the green hair and no facial features. You don't want to do that because you will lose that save. It's a very common mistake people do because it's so easy to accidentally hit the save ones because it doesn't ask you if you want to override it or not. It just does it. So we're going to go all the way to the load slot 6 and then hit it. Bam! And all your features, all your facial features are back, your hair is back to the right color, and you now have your proper character back again. So that's the steps you need to do. You go to the we'll just run through it one more time in case you guys didn't see it, or you could replay this video, but you go to the player skin, saved configs, find the skin that you saved, apply to player, and you can see it's incorrect. Then you go back to the F4, model spawning, clothing menu, clothing load save menu, and load 6. And there you go. You now have your character. Now what's cool is if you have your male character already loaded and you want to change to a different character that you've created, all you have to do is go up to load slot 2. Oops, sorry, that's actually for female, isn't it? Yeah, these are all the females. Yeah, I don't have any male ones here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my female ones that I have for my characters. So as you can see, I've loaded in Sam Savage, my notorious car thief character from SAF. Let me just move her into the sunlight real quick. As you can see, she has a male face and the wrong hair altogether. So I'm going to go to the F4 menu, clothing menu, load save, and I'm just going to go ahead and load. Let's go with 14. Okay, that one is not an example. That's her biker outfit. Let's find one that actually just shows her. Perfect, look at that. Now she's back to what she should look like. She has her mascara, she has all of her tattoos, and it's perfect. It's her. That's exactly what I wanted. And now, because I have this character, I can actually go down to another character who still uses the female ped. It's important that you have either the male or female base ped loaded in the F1 menu, and then once you have the female ped, you can then go to any of them, and look, there's Primrose. Completely different figure, facial features, everything looks completely different, and I can go right back to Sam Savage. Whoops. And obviously everything's different. Now I can't load any male peds. If I go up to that male ped that I loaded, it'll say down below, slot should be used with M free mode, which is male free mode. So that obviously we cannot do because we're in the female. So that actually concludes this tutorial. Now you guys know how to make a character that you can use in the future for your FiveM experience. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please put it below, and thank you guys for watching.